Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast, where much like my airports, we just kind of shrug and say, fuck it. That's Kai. I'm not stranded in Newark Airport, but a lot of people were. It's been a weird week in New Jersey. Kai, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good. I saw all that craziness in the news. I didn't know it was like a recurring issue now, though.
So let me give some context. I was supposed to be at the Dallas Card Show last weekend. I didn't make it. It has been so horrendous right now at Newark Airport, my home airport, for now over a week plus. A lot of people went on strike. They've been doing construction. They've had like systems go out. Like there's some legitimate problems going on right now. Where even like United, which is hubbed in Newark, is like, don't fly with us right now.
Basically, Dave lives in Benghazi.
Basically, I think Benghazi might be safer for airplanes than Newark, New Jersey right now.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about it, though, like you're not feeling the best. Probably worked out that you didn't have to do all that for a whole weekend.
So, honest to God, I'm pretty happy, and I didn't end up in Dallas last week. So my original like itinerary, which is what I typically do for Dallas shows, which I recommend for people who can, I fly out Wednesday night. I like it because like I get in, I work from my hotel on Thursday, I take off Friday, and I leave Saturday night. To me, that's very effective. It's a good way of like being at the show for like the core parts. And I'd rather always have the Thursday at the show than Sunday. Even if I'm working or not working, like the point is like Sundays at Dallas suck. Thursdays are better. I'd rather optimize my time accordingly. And then at the end of the trip, I still have a day off to like hang out with my wife or like chill or, process inventory that came in, whatever it's going to be. My flight on Wednesday got canceled. Like, essentially canceled. It ended up taking off like 4.5 hours later. I would have gotten into Dallas at 4:30 Central Time and then had to work. It would have been...
Well, did that flight even go?
So it did, but 4.5 hours later, Kai.
Well, so 4.5 hours after 4:30, or...
So the original flight was Wednesday night. It was going to take off at 9 p.m. Eastern and get into Dallas around midnight. It was delayed so much, Kai, that I would not have gotten into the hotel until 6 a.m. basically. So that was not going to happen.
You're obviously not committed to the grind enough, Dave.
Dude, I will say this, and this is actually really funny too. You'll realize this at some point, Kai, whenever you get married or something. Like, once you kind of meet that person and like you're happy, your motivation either goes to zero or is like, I'm happy and like I don't need to conquer the world anymore. Like
Dave is talking about Ashton Genty, actually.
What does that mean?
Your second round draft pick.
Yeah, I know that. What does that have to do with anything?
That's who you met and you're happy.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. I clearly have fucking brain fog. I got COVID for the fifth time, obviously, here. But we will get into the Dynasty League in a second. But like it is actually true though. Like I actually like love my wife, which is super weird to say out loud. How dare I? But like I'm happy to be home. I'm not as like hungry and motivated to be traveling to card shows every weekend or so and hang out with a bunch of men. Like that doesn't sound as much fun anymore.
Hey, there's like 4 girls there.
There's like 4 girls there. They're all unattractive. And like, if they are attractive, they're probably pumping some kind of product to you.
Well, that was really nice to get on your soapbox, Dave.
Is that you know what? Fuck you, Kai. The point is though, like you'll realize that at some point in time, and you better be ready to, because I didn't think I'd be that way. And
I already don't like to travel.
I like to travel, but like I wasn't really upset that I'm missing Dallas. And like, yeah, I could theoretically now go to Miami, which like if things were a little bit different, I probably would. If my job situation was a little more clear, or if I was quitting and I could just go, I would probably just go for 4 days.
But you were quitting.
I am almost quitting. I am in final interviews, and then I will quit. I would prefer not to leave without a job. But at this point now, dude, like, it's whatever. Like whatever happens at this point happens. And I'd rather get fired and get unemployment and like a severance package than just quit with nothing.
Fair.
Yeah. But more on my soapbox. I even heard, dude, this past weekend that Dallas was not that good, which is really weird.
I've heard like very mixed about it.
Like, and I'm not gonna say my source on this because we were having a very fun conversation. And this is, I say a lot of messed up things. This made me laugh and then feel really bad. A friend of ours booked their hotel relatively late and it was packed. It was like, man, there's only one hotel in the area that had hotel like rooms available. Like, this is gonna be incredible. Like, that's gonna be a movie, bro. The Special Olympics was going on in Dallas the same weekend.
It was also at the same convention center in the same room.
What are the odds of that? Pretty high, you don't say. But yeah, apparently the Special Olympics were going on literally in around the same area. And that's why it was so packed, which is so fitting for sports cards. I couldn't help but just feel like I'm really going to hell for finding that as funny as I do.
Yeah, it's funny.
But it's really weird. I'm really upset that people seem to not have a good show. And with the next one being 4th of July weekend, like, that's a really hard sell to go to that.
Yeah. I think it's like probably the least like consequential holiday to skip, though. It still is like a kind of a holiday, though.
Well, it's not even the 4th of July is not a holiday. It's like I would much rather be like chilling by someone's pool and drinking than sitting in a convention center.
Yeah, obviously.
So like,
you don't want to sit at the hotel pool and drink with me, Dave?
Are you going 4th of July?
I haven't decided yet. I'm like probably like 50-50 on that one.
Okay. If you actually end up going, dude, Casey will be there too. Like that's
okay.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna fly out, and this is honestly her idea, which is super funny. We're gonna fly out like Tuesday. I guess Tuesday night probably. Wednesday being like Dallas proper, like have fun, like go whatever. Thursday, same thing, like half day in like the fun area, half day doing sports cards. Friday, work. Saturday, work. And then Sunday, probably dip out early and like go out for dinner and then leave Monday night. So it actually would be like a working vacation, but I probably would net out making thousands of dollars as opposed to a normal trip.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be that expensive, I don't think.
That trip for 2 people is probably not like including show expenses, like just like hotel and whatever else. $2,000, $2,500 for like 6 days, 5 days, basically.
I didn't think about it being that long, I guess. Well, is show expense include the hotel at the show?
Like kind of.
I feel like with that, yeah, it's probably closer to like $2,000. But without that, I feel like it's not that bad.
No, I mean, like, you still need a hotel room, obviously, and we'd have the group rate and whatever else. We're not going to leave the hotel. It's going to be probably like $1,200 for 5 days or 5 nights, I should say.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. But then, like, plane tickets and, like, Ubers and whatever. Yeah, $2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah.
Which is not a small amount of money, don't get me wrong. But, like, that at least is money that I will make at the show, which is fun. Like, I've done work vacations like that with, like, Burbank. I stayed out there for a week with Casey in August. And Nashville I've done in the past when I would travel to Nashville before it kind of just... I've not seen anyone talk about Nashville in a while. I don't even know when their next show is.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw, I don't know if you saw this. I think Culture Collision is doing their show at like a different place now or something, some different convention center than the nice one.
Is it nicer though?
It's like a new convention center. I don't know where it is or how nice it is though.
I will say this. I did not like Culture Collision, and that's perfectly fine. But if they're improving the venue, I thought their venue was nice.
So did I. I was gonna say I thought that was like one of the nicest, like complete setups.
So I'm on their website. Hang on, let me.
I got a text about it hilariously.
You gave them your phone number? You fucking
somehow, maybe because I signed up to be a dealer at some point.
Maybe. So Gas South. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I got too. The Gas South Convention Center in Duluth,
the Arena
Georgia.
at Gwinnett Center.
So it's in a basketball arena, or is there a convention there?
Let's see. The capacity 13,000. So it's in an arena.
Oh, you know what, Dave? I think it's something else. You're looking at the arena. It's the Gas South Convention Center. It's a different thing.
Oh, that's so stupid. You're right.
It's so shocking that I'm right. I know.
No, I didn't mean that in a negative way. It's more just like that's confusing in general. Oh, this website looks like shit.
Well,
But
is this the right one?
I think so.
This is Gwinnett. What the fuck? Dave, are you okay?
At the best case, this is confusing. At the
Just
worst
type
case,
in Gas South Convention Center. And it's the first thing that comes up.
I did. I typed in I typed in the full. I copy and pasted the address.
The website looks like this.
Why don't you send it to me? Because like obviously like, and this is my SEO brain working here. This is a problem in general, and I am not. I'm very stupid, but I'm not the average person typing in this for a search. That's bad. That's not their fault, but that's really bad and super confusing. That like
I sent it to you on Instagram.
Okay. Can I go through my DMs? Sorry, Drew, I just swatted you. My bad. Thanks for buying the card that I was supposed to give you in Dallas. I'll fix that later. I want to see what this place looks like, though.
It's new, apparently.
Well, there's the hotel. Well, there's hotels by it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so it's right next to the arena. That makes sense.
Okay, that at least like. Okay, that makes more sense. I wanted to see what it actually looked like, though. Which, you know what it kind of looks like, actually? If this is the building, it reminds me of Burbank. It's a big room.
I don't know if they need all that space, but respect.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I mean, yeah, that looks like a nice little venue, a little complex. I don't know, maybe the gallery was cheaper or more expensive and they found a better deal or they expanded. I don't know. Culture Collision's a hard sell for me to go to. And you know, I'm not gonna like shit on it. It's definitely better than Nashville. Nashville's dead, basically, in terms of shows.
I feel like they also moved it up, I think, a little bit. I think it used to be in like October, November-ish.
I legitimately do. So the National, this is 2024. Let's see. There's a Pokemon show, okay. This is the National. July 11th to 13th. Is this the same? Okay, so I could still theoretically get a table. This is 12 weeks ago. Jesus. 401 Wingrove Street. Okay. Is it the same airport hangar, basically? Let's see. Yep, it is. Dude, this venue is brutal. So, and I'm happy we have Google Maps here so I can show it. Because you've never been to the Nashville show, right?
No.
Okay.
This is the Nashville one?
This is the National. This is the parking lot.
What the hell?
So, this is not going to be the best way of showing it, but like it is what it is. The entrance is over there. There's nothing around you. The show kind of begins over here. It's like a very long building. I wonder if I can.
This looks pretty small, or am I crazy?
It's not that it's small. I'm gonna try and show it visually here because it actually is a very wide show. Because it does go around. So the entire point is, and I'm not sure how this is gonna look in the end, but like,
is it not just like a photo of it?
I'm trying to get a better angle of it because like once you get past like this little like structure, The show kind of opens up over here, and it's like an airport hangar. And like when I describe it as such, like that's really what it is. But the issue is there's nothing around you. And I've talked about this a few times. Chicago, Dallas, great shows with things walkable to. This is a fucking airport hangar with nothing around, and it's very inconvenient. I don't know what the Atlanta show is going to have, but the main thing that was a positive attraction for it was the hotel being connected to the venue. It looks like it's very similar to that, which is great if you buy like, if you're a dealer or something like that, which is a big plus. I don't really care what is around it, but like this is not good. That's not like a very positive thing to see. And this is from 2024. This is very recent, so
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like a middle school.
This is not doing the best job of showing like the scale of the show, because like it really is just like it's a giant, like that's the main entrance to the show.
I see we have some futuristic art to the right.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this is, but like
to the future.
We need Rainbow to like tell me like what that means. So like it's fine, but like I don't intend on going back, and that's also the weekend after Dallas this summer, and that is 2 weeks before the National.
Yeah, no one's gonna go to that, I don't think.
It's tough. It's just tough. Like now that like the main shows I'm focusing on are Third Coast Zion show, which is in 2 weeks, which I might have to move my flight, dude. I might have to fly out of Philly. If this continues to be a major problem for me, like I'll go out of Philly. At least I'm prepared now.
I can't imagine it lasts for that much longer.
I don't know. That's the major concern. Like when it happens day of, it's like I'm not gonna drop everything and go to Philly now for 30 hours in Dallas. Like,
how far is that airport from you?
Philly, I'll tell you right now, I think it's a little over an hour. Newark is about 45 minutes. I'll tell you how far Philly is from me.
Would you just drive there and leave your car or something?
I would just probably Uber.
Wow.
The Philadelphia International Airport is about an hour and 15 away. So let's call it more conservatively an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes with traffic. That's not terrible. It's farther than Newark, but like at least I can get there. Not gonna fly into LaGuardia, not gonna fly into JFK. It really is Philly or bust, which would be a shame. But like I also then went online this weekend when I couldn't buy at shows and bought online and did pretty well. Now I'm waiting for stuff to come in, but there's probably about 10 grand worth of stuff, 12.5 worth of stuff like in the mail that I'm going to have relatively soon. So like, I saved a couple $1,000 not traveling and should still have a decent week once that stuff comes in and turn it over. So like, I would have rather been at the show, but like if it wasn't, I didn't get the same sentiment that I expected, but also I could have been talking to the wrong people.
Yeah, no, I mostly heard like a mixed bag. Like some people, I think it was mostly people that maybe don't usually do well at Dallas. Maybe were able to buy a few more things because maybe people weren't there, people weren't buying certain things, and most people kind of said it was iffy, kind of middle of the road.
I've always been a huge fan of buying online and selling in person. Just my way of doing things, my kind of strategy. Like I would always rather leave a show with cash than like force a buy, because like I can always put the money in the bank and like or keep it for another in-person deal or whatever else. And like I've always done well in Dallas, but I'm also less picky. But then again, I also had several friends who either own shops or do all repacks or whatever. I almost spoiled it. Well, whatever. Almanacs. Shout out Lane. Or story sales. I like cleared a bunch of inventory. Now I still have some decent stuff left, but nothing. I don't think I have anything over like $1,500, $2,000 right now, which is like fine.
Yeah, I mean it's not a worst thing. I mean,
no, really not.
I think we're at like a good time right now if you're planning on doing the big shows towards the end of the year, like another Dallas or the National. I think it's a good time to kind of like, I don't want to say reset because I don't know, but like I think it's a good time to kind of make your game plan for the national, like how you want to kind of be set up cash and card wise going into it.
I think that's absolutely valid. I think that like had this year gone a little bit differently, I would be more prepped. But I'm also like not in a rush to like liquidate like my assets or pull funds out because like job situation's a little weird. There's stuff with my house stuff to do. Like I'm pretty comfortable this year, and really I'm more waiting out things regarding Speedy. Because once Speedy fully takes off to where it's going to, that's going to be the moneymaker for me and not necessarily flipping cards. And I still expect that to take another year plus. So I think I'm more biding my time while that begins to build itself out.
Yeah. I mean, there's no wrong way to do any of that, like at your own
Well,
pace.
not doing it would be the worst way, but
Well, yeah, obviously.
yeah, there's a process to all of this. We really are like this is no longer the preseason now. Like we're really staring down the national only being what 10 weeks away.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
July 30th to August 5th. It is.
Yeah. Like 11 weeks, maybe something
Okay.
like that.
It's 12. It's 84 days.
Okay.
So 12 weeks away. That's not that much time, dude. Like
No, it's a fourth of a year. I mean,
really not.
like that's probably how long it takes to get a PSA order back right now.
Dude, I have an SEC order that's been in there for over 30 days. I'm kind of shocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like it's interesting stuff, and the fact that like it is not comped in a while.
Yeah, I haven't sent them anything in forever, like ever. They were doing really good though for a while with the turnaround. They were like 7-8 days for me.
So I picked up an Essential Credentials Future. Do I remember the guy's name? I think it's Corey Case.
What in the world?
What the fuck? Hang on.
Dave.
We're going to ignore that.
Dave's about to get canceled.
I'm going to blur that. So this is Corey Carr. He played for
the world.
I'm going to blur what came up first. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, this is Corey Carr. He played 42 games for the Bulls. He has an Essential Credentials Future card. It is sold one time. I bought one. The reason being is very simple. I guarantee you someone is desperately waiting for one of these to appear online.
What is his number too?
20.
You know what you got to do with it?
Put it on eBay and laugh my ass off.
Auction it.
Honestly, I thought about that.
You have to. Do you know what? If there's like a couple people fighting for it, dude, did you buy it off auction?
No. This is not the right one. I think it's a Future, maybe. I can check my SGC order, but I'm gonna check it not on camera.
You don't want to dox yourself.
Do not want to dox myself. I also gotta figure out why the fuck that other thing came up.
Yeah, we all know why, Dave.
Kai, yeah, I type on this computer a lot. Wouldn't you think that if I was watching porn on my computer, you would have seen that at some point over the last 2.5 years?
That's what I would say too if I was trying to cover it up.
You're right, but that is too stupid. So it is a Essential Credentials now to 20 of Corey Carr.
You could probably do Corey Carr and filter just his name and filter by highest sold.
I've done that before, Kai, and like nothing comes up.
Oh, really?
I want to see if I can actually find.
I've literally never seen a card of his before. I never even heard of him, obviously.
Well, exactly. So a Raw 71 did $86 February 28th. Mine's to 20. It's an SGC. I paid a little bit more than that because of the fact of like it's gonna go on eBay and we're gonna see what happens. I'm very interested in seeing how this card ends up grading.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where if like 5 people need it for their sets, they're all gonna fight.
Oh, I found the sale, by the way. I can show this now.
Or are you typing wrong?
I was able to get the serial number correct, or not the card number, and I was able to find it. The only sale ever of this card to 200 bucks.
But where did you buy it from?
I bought it on Discord.
Oh,
Yeah.
it had the serial number, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
No. What's the serial number, Kai?
Well, dude, a lot of them are missing. They're like backdoor copies with like missing serials.
I know, which is super hilarious, but like,
well, when you get a SGC gold label 10,
I would be surprised.
that means it's damaged.
Well, it was in a collector's collection for 25 years ish. So I don't know what it's gonna look like. I also got the PMG from the guy of Keith Van Horn, I believe, and then some insert with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. So hoping to get that to pop soon. It was received 410. So it should pop hopefully by next podcast. I guess the goal was to have it for Dallas. Obviously, that didn't work. So hopefully have it for Houston. You know,
you make it.
If I make it, if they make it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're getting blown up on our fantasy football.
I know, I just looked at it.
So we have now started a dynasty league in fantasy football. It is Kai, myself, some of my friends, all 2 of them that I have, Kai and 2 of his friends, and then we have Kendall, Kendall has to go on this podcast, but I'm worried. Kendall would be actually worse than I am.
I could see Kendall being shy.
I can see Kendall causing problems. That is the Konami card on Instagram. We have Lane, LJK cards.
2 of Kendall's friends.
2 of Kendall's friends. Matt, National Treasurer.
Matt Levine, Mr. Alt.
Yeah, Mr. Alt. And then Nick. New England
Pieces.
Dude,
I
think that's right too. If anyone ever calls me by my Instagram name, I cringe.
You run.
I really do. Like, I love what Extraordinary Cards has like done and built over the last decade, but like the people who take it too seriously and like, you know, really have like an ego about it, you probably did not get told, you know, I love you, son, very often.
Okay.
Like, I'm just gonna say, I think you probably did not have loving parents if you need validation from men online.
Fair.
Like, it's ironic too, Kai, because your Instagram name is your name. But
yeah, I mean, it's just yeah,
gotcha, bitch. No, but it's you know, Instagram's cool. Not a priority for me anymore. I really use it to keep up with my friends and to make deals, and I really appreciate what it's given me. But there is the community aspect of Instagram, quote unquote, is so far dead. It is actually impressive.
Yeah, I have noticed that as well. It feels like I don't know. It's just like people. Yeah, it's just so much different than it used to be.
Well, what happened was, and it's funny to say this because like at 28, I'm an OG of Instagram for sports cards, which is not. It's true. Hi, you were on Instagram right before me, I think, right?
Yeah, I've been on Instagram since 2014.
So I was on Instagram in 2015. So like, we're not old, but in terms of what Instagram now is in the sports card world, we are like fucking ancient.
We're over 10 years.
I know, which is terrifying in a way.
That's just
And
Something.
I think, when people say they want to keep this a hobby, I get it. It is so far from that now, especially if you're involved on the Instagram world or have context of Instagram sports cards in like 2016 to like 2018. There was less scammers, still scammers per se, but like more like of a community aspect. It was very niche and small. I think did you go to Ryan's national events like before they got major or no?
Yeah, I went to the one in
Cleveland?
Cleveland in 2017 or 2018, something like that. That was relatively small. There were probably like 100 of us there.
Yeah. So the first one I went to was 2018 because I remember. I think it was actually 2018 because I remember Nick NM Cards. Nick, who you're friends with, and
Yeah.
I'm friendly with Nick. Like I have no negative feelings towards him. I remember him running around trying to buy Trae Young base prism cards for $5.
Yeah, I remember I met Nady at one of those trade nights when he's a couple years younger than I am, so he was probably like 12 or 13, and I was probably like 15 or 16, and we were doing like a $200 deal. And now Nady's moved on to more expensive things.
$200,000 deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a Bucks fan. You buy Giannis and Giannis.
Shout out Rips.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rips and Nady were very similar in that vein. I don't know who's technically young. I think they might be the same age actually, but yeah, Adam works for Gary Vee, which is cool. So it's just so interesting, man. I did not think this industry would go the way it has. That was when this was more of a hobby, and anyone who wants it to be that way again, the cat's out of the bag, dude. And the amount of money that's in this industry now has changed it forever. Hell, the one of one logo man of LeBron, Wemby, and Luka, I think it is, just got hit a couple days ago.
Yeah, I think it was those three.
That's, if not $1 million card, it's very close for a trading card made in 2020.
I think Wemby honestly holds it pretty back.
You think so?
I think if it was Luka and LeBron, it would do more than with Wemby on there.
Maybe because of the fact that Wemby got hurt and like now he's kind of a weird question mark.
Well, it's also sort of like a Lakers thing.
Well, Luka would still not be a Laker on the card, but
you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but yeah, next year. Actually, there won't be a next year Panini. I guess this is kind of it.
Yeah, there's no more next year.
Well, I still don't technically know if that's true, and I'm not sure if a lot of people know that's technically true because, like, yeah, the license ends in March, I believe, but like we have no idea because Panini could very easily just like pump out a bunch of shit from this past draft year. Ricochet and Reed Shepard and all those guys. I don't know. It's just so fun to me. Like, I have seen so much content, I'm sure you've seen this too, like bashing people like Jeff Wilson, Roth, Veriswap, Raymond, who's another grifter? Vegas Dave, once upon a time. Who else is like a major grifter? Like people like make content negative. People don't like Ryan, which is wild. And I've realized as time has gone on, it's like you're screaming into the void about an Instagram account or a person, and you're really fixating on it. Why? I've gone the other way on it in terms of like I used to really care about calling out bad deeds. And now I've gone on the idea of like, why?
You started doing them.
Did I start causing problems? A little bit. I don't really know. Like, I guarantee you at some point, if Speedy ends up being good, dude, I fucking guarantee someone's gonna have a problem with me at some point in time. They're gonna be like, you sold my card for me. I'm like, you pressed the buttons. What?
Yeah. I could
Like,
see that happening.
I guarantee I'm gonna have to make an apology at some point, and I'm gonna have to be like, hello, current people of Instagram. I come to you beseeching your apology because I'm a dumb dummy and this person is a dumb dummy. And please forgive me. Oh, I'm so sorry. There, when you were out last week, 2 weeks ago, when did you miss the podcast?
Like 2 weeks ago. I think I did it last week.
So I hilariously went to Whatnot on the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, let's see how Backyard's doing." Because I was like, "Oh, Grant's not around anymore." I go to Backyard Breaks. It's just Grant on screen. I'm like, "Oh, we've learned nothing. No one cares." Like, it was very interesting. I mean, ironic that the one time I checked Whatnot on stream, it literally is just Grant just like clapping his hands. And I'm like, "Yep, well, that's about right."
I'm not
That's
surprised.
yeah, I'm not surprised either. It's just so funny to me. And I have accepted the fact that we'll never go back to what it was. And that's okay in a way. And I think for the betterment of the industry, we will see things change dramatically as time goes on. And I can't say it's going to be for the better. A lot of it's probably going to be for the worse. But at least they're trying things. I don't know the last time Panini innovated on anything.
Yeah, a lot of the new stuff that Topps has with basketball and whatnot. I think that was last week that we showed. I don't know. There's a lot of cool. I know they've used a lot of it in like other sports products, but like it's cool that it'll be licensed. It's way more than Panini's been doing, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
it should be pretty cool.
Dude, Tribute Baseball has like their version of like Spotlight Signatures now. It's awesome. Have you seen it?
Now, well, yeah, but I mean, we also have to factor in that, like, yes, we will be getting all this cool stuff, but we're not going to have Prism, at least not licensed. We're not going to have Optic, not licensed. We're not going to have Select, unlicensed. We're not going to have Contenders, unlicensed. So it's like we are losing things that are very like sought after in the card world.
It's sought after because it was licensed, dude.
Fair, but Prism's like the beast right now.
Sure, until you know a 12-year-old NPC sees a Topps Chrome LeBron James Superfractor. Honestly,
fair, yeah.
Like, you know, will it be sad to lose like Black Finites and Nebulas? I fucking love Nebulas, dude. Don't get me wrong. Superfractor clears it every day of the week.
Yeah,
like. I mean, in terms of parallels, there's nothing else that's like super different. I mean, I'll throw money on it by 2027, we'll have a Nebula like thing for Topps. It'll be an Interstellar 1/1 or a Galactic or whatever whatever you can get away with. What's another planetary or galaxy type thing?
The thing like Topps does with like the planets.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but like not the planet, but like if a Nebula is a 1/1 in Panini, what
like
can
Cosmic Chrome?
Well, not even Cosmic Chrome. Like you're kind of losing what I'm saying. Like the Nebula design and pattern is gorgeous. It's one of my favorite things in Panini's line of parallels and products and everything. Topps will make their own kind of thing like that to replace it. Like the Black 1/1's like fine, I get that. Like that's Topps can't do that. Superfractor clears it every day of the week. They'll do something similar, in my opinion, for Nebulas. And otherwise, like, hey, we're doing similar things here. This is your Spotlight Signatures. It kind of sells decent. I don't know how long it'll be popular for, but like, these are kind of neat.
I mean, it's definitely like a cool attempt. I don't necessarily love it, but I like the idea of it.
No, I don't hate it either, but like you throw shit at the wall and you see what sticks. And like this probably sticks. Frozen Fractors, I don't know if they're around anymore.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has seen those as sought after.
Topps Dynasty Basketball, gonna be a killer whenever it comes out. What's a bad example? I think they came out. Are they doing museum again? Oh, we talked about museum as a hypothetical. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like museum 5-star, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Tier 1.
it's gonna be interesting. I think if if Topps can get the star athletes to continue signing product into the middle of their career, they'll be fine. Because like you can only have so many Stephen Curry autos and Panini products, or Luca. Tatum doesn't sign, as far as I'm aware. LeBron obviously will be signing at Topps, like that's the main selling point. Wemby will be signing. Who's a top 10 basketball player right now who's not?
Who doesn't sign?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Not top 10, but
I know. I just wanted like I could name more players, but I'd rather just like look at it. Jokic signs, good. SGA signs. Giannis started signing. Tatum does not. Luka signs. Okay, Curry signs. Does Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, he signs.
Okay. LeBron doesn't.
Mitchell signs. Brunson signs.
Okay, so you know what? I actually was wrong then. When you look at a visual list like this, actually a good amount of the NBA.
But like, are these really the top 10 players? Like, I don't know if I agree.
I don't know. Kawhi hasn't signed in a while.
Didn't he just? He might have just started signing again.
I know PG just started signing, which was once upon a time.
Which is hilarious.
I know.
With how irrelevant he is now. Look up like a 2023 or 2024.
Oh, he had spotlights. Not spotlights. Thomas moments.
Yeah, which might be his only one, honestly. Unless there's a bunch that I don't remember.
I don't see any 2024. When was his spotlight?
Try 2023.
I think it's 2019. Am I goofing on what this is fucking called?
There's one. Oh, that's Wade. It's timeless moments, right? I think, or something.
I'll just do one-on-one auto. It's just easier. 2019, okay. That's Wade.
Just do sold. I'm sure one's sold.
2019, I was right. Yeah, the Black Box 101.
So I guess he really hasn't had much in a few years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he kind of fell off a little bit, like injury-wise, but I think this year he played the most.
So he hasn't really signed since the Raptors, it looks like.
Yeah, okay. Cat's market is fully dead. If he's a top 20 NBA player, which I don't necessarily agree with, his market is so dead.
Does Devin Booker sign?
I don't think so.
I know Halliburton does.
But like those are also like younger players anyway. Yeah. So like if you can convince like the next generation of players, what the fuck was that?
Uh-oh.
I don't think Booker's signing.
I feel like he had some like Prism insert autos a few years ago, but like nothing relevant, it looks like.
Yeah. That's not Devin Booker. Oh, God, yes, it is Devin Booker.
What in the world?
You lie.
They look just the same.
Yes, of course. That's you've lied to me.
I miss the old school looking Crown Royale cards. Those
it was a cool card, dude. All right, so Booker's not really signing. Halliburton is. Butler isn't.
I don't even know.
Joe Brown, no. Jaren Jackson is the most.
He signs. No one wants him.
Correct. Paolo signs. Jalen Williams signs. Harden.
I think he just started. I don't know. That's Carmelo. I don't know if Harden signs.
I don't know either. Sabonis, no one cares. Fox doesn't sign.
I don't think so.
Trae Young signs, but unfortunately, no one cares. Morant signs. Jamal Murray doesn't sign.
Not sure on Jamal.
No one cares about Bam. Garland is Upper Deck exclusive. Dame is not signed in a while.
He has like some
Other
NTs and stuff, but not a
other
lot.
than Thomas Moments as well, because I think he has the waving goodbye one.
No.
I think he has a Thomas Moment. Or I'm pretty confident he has one. I believe it's the waving off one. Well, either way, he's in 2019. I was still right. There's 2023, an instant one. Okay. 2021. Okay, so Dame did sign. Kyrie doesn't. Chet does. Franz signs. Sengun signs. Pascal doesn't. Zubac doesn't. Tyrese does. Derek White. Derek White's. I don't know. The point is, actually, there's more players than I thought when you look at a list who do.
Yeah. It seems like anyone that was a rookie prior to like 2018 doesn't sign.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see who Topps gets. I mean, they're not going to be able to get everyone. I guarantee you Panini will still assign several players to exclusives for, I guess, either trading cards or memorabilia.
I mean, it's just going to be the same thing flip-flop, essentially, I would think.
It's going to be a really ugly divorce, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we obviously will suffer as collectors for a while. I mean, the same way in football, obviously, Drake May, Caleb, who else? Multiple quarterbacks, young QBs are Fanatics exclusives, which now is turning the opposite way, which is better for us, but obviously they won't have true rookie autographs in their, licensed uniforms.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know, man. This is such a fun conversation to always kind of keep in the back of the mind because I don't know where things go from here. And I am fairly confident that it's going to be good generally for people who buy, sell, and trade pretty often. And those who truly collect are going to get the short end of the stick. And it's really a shame.
Yeah, some people might luck out with whoever they collect if they are or will be a Topps exclusive, but it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't think we'll really know much until stuff starts actually coming out, which won't be for a while, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's going to be if we reach the start of next season for the NBA and Panini is not pumping out a bunch of products for last year's draft class, which not for nothing, they should have already. You're at the end of their year. You have Prism. Yeah, you have Prism. Of last year's draft class.
Yeah.
The NBA draft is a month away. It's in June.
I think so.
So,
yeah, right? Something like that.
Could you fire up the printing facilities one more time and get Prism cards of Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey and stuff?
They might.
They should. I
wonder if they can double dip, like Panini does that, and then Topps also makes cards of them when they get the license.
I think they just lose I think they keep the Players Association rights. So it might be like Pajama.
Do we even know what that entails, though?
I think you're going to have a Topps Chrome situation for Panini Prism.
Yeah, which would be interesting. I don't know.
Which would be dog shit.
Never know. I mean, baseball looks like shit typically, but it's not really their fault, I guess.
Well, it also sells for nothing.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw someone even open a box?
Well, it's does football still hold value because of what it was, and people just hope that it ends up still carrying weight, or does it just die? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's going to be lumped into allocation for breakers.
But yeah, I mean, people really going to be buying Panini wax, really though?
I mean, Panini wax sells now. Dude, NT baseball does sell. I know. The answer is it kind of exists. People buy it. They're not going to be stopping down the doors for Prism football in a year or two, or Prism basketball. It still might be $20 at Target. and like, hey, maybe I'll rip it every now and again. Be like, oh, remember this was good, and then throw out $20 worth of cards because that's probably what it's gonna be. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I remember in 20, I think, well, I guess 2012, 13, 14, we had both. 15 too.
what do you mean by both?
We had both licensed Prism and Chrome for football.
Yeah, because Topps lost the football license in 2015 and then got it back for next year. So 11 years. So yeah, you have the Jameis Winston class. Yeah, I guess you're right, dude. Wow.
Well, I'm just wondering how they even, I don't know, how is that allowed? I don't know how that all worked. I guess
Well,
they weren't
I mean,
exclusive, maybe?
yeah, any kind of exclusive deal is not good. Like, shout out Madden, like with that, but like Panini's lost a lot of good faith, and most people who are active online who kind of deal in sports cards do not know of a time when Panini was not the top dog. So
Yeah, I mean, that's like, yeah, because we're right around, they lasted for about 10 years.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out in the end. Do you want to talk about our dynasty teams at the moment in time, or you want to wrap up?
Let's do it next week. So we probably finished or close to finished.
If we don't finish this draft by this time next week, I'm gonna be fucking so.
Well, we've done. You'll definitely finish. We've done 12 rounds in
6 days.
5 days, I think.
It started Thursday.
Thursday. So what is that? 5 days?
5 days, you're right.
Yeah. So we'll be done.
So this has been a 24 round, 12 team dynasty draft. 12 hours per pick, and a quarter of the league was unavailable Thursday to Sunday because they went on a golfing trip and got belligerently drunk instead. Why did you start it then? I don't know. But we're on literally, as of right now, round 12, pick 10.
11.
We are a little over halfway through.
Yep. I mean, we're basically halfway done.
I can't wait to start drafting kickers and defenses. And what do you mean I can't?
Yeah.
You keep on ripping off the league taco as well. I hope you're happy.
You know, someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I really hope you're beating up on a special needs child. I hope you're happy, Kai. What do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, he's a free man. He can trade you what he wants to do. He's your friend. You should be ripping him off.
I keep on yelling at him.
You ripped him. Hey, you ripped him off once too.
Of course I did. That's what good friends
now,
do.
Did I rip him off like 4 times? Yeah.
Yes.
But you can't act like you're not included in this.
Oh, I'm fully guilty of it, and I love it. It makes drafting so much more fun when you rip off your friends, but they're stupid, and they should give me all their 4th round picks. Whatever I got. I got 3rd and a 5th or some shit.
But yeah, we'll look at it next week. We'll be done. I don't know what do you want to talk about it, but we can just go through our teams, I guess.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about fantasy football next week. Hopefully, Newark Airport still exists in a week, and I can start talking about how I'm prepped for Zion's show, Third Coast. If not, then I'll talk about, hey, maybe I'll just fly down there anyway, or whatever, or like just send someone to like film for me and just pretend like I'm there, like whatever it's gonna be like.
Would you drive there?
Fuck, Houston? Are you fucking kidding me?
I was joking. Relax.
Here, I'll fly down to Florida. I'll pick you up and we can go together. You gonna do the Miami show?
Yeah, I'm planning on it. It's in what? It's like 10 days. So,
yeah. All right, so we'll talk about that next week then.
Cool.
All right, guys, thank you for watching and listening. Next week, whatever I just said. Peace.